Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something kind of weird, a paradox that sits right in the middle of huge business decisions. It's called the executive summary paradox, and it's this hidden flaw in the system that can literally cost companies millions. And the crazy part is, you might not even know it's happening.
I mean, just picture this. Your company is on the verge of signing a massive multi-million-dollar deal. Could be new software, a new strategic partner, whatever. That final thumbs up from leadership, it almost always boils down to one single document, the executive summary. This is supposed to be the cheat sheet that gives them everything they need to make a really smart, defensible call. And right there, that's the paradox. If this one document is the single most critical piece of the puzzle, the key to the whole decision, then why on earth is it almost always the very last thing that gets made? It's like writing the answer key after the test is already over. It just doesn't add up, does it?
Okay, so let's really dig into this bottleneck. To get why this paradox exists, you have to look at the process that creates these summaries. And it usually kicks off with a request for proposal, or RFP review, which for a lot of people becomes this massive roadblock to actually getting anything done.
The reality of an RFP review is, well, it's total chaos. You've got a whole team buried under literal mountains of vendor proposals. And of course, they're all in different formats. They're trying to copy and paste key data points into these massive, sprawling spreadsheets. Then they spend weeks in meetings just debating subjective opinions and arguing over who's right.
And in the middle of all that chaos, the executive summary is supposed to be this beacon of clarity, right? It's not supposed to be someone's opinion piece. It's a decision support artifact. Its only job is to give leadership a factual, traceable, and totally defensible overview so they can confidently pick the right partner.
So let's look at how this all-important document is traditionally put together. The whole process treats the summary like it's the finish line, the end game. But as you're about to see, this whole approach is just packed with hidden risks.
Just take a look at this traditional process. It's completely backward. First, the team spends weeks just reading through everything and manually pulling out data. Then you have endless meetings to argue about what it all means. After all that, they try to vote and build some kind of consensus. And only then, at the very end of this long, painful process, someone finally tries to write the summary.
This quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? Spreadsheet hell. That's where these teams are living. It's a world of mind-numbing copy-pasting, trying to make sense of data from dozens of different documents, and just battling over scores that are totally subjective. It's slow, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's just begging for human error and bias to creep in.
So what happens when you build your most important document on a foundation of, well, chaos? You get summaries based on groupthink, not on data you can actually trace back to the source. That critical risk buried on page 72 of a proposal? Yeah, it gets missed. That hidden cost? Nobody finds it until after the contract's signed. The whole decision gets delayed, and you're left with no clear way to defend why you made the choice you did.
But what if you could just flip this entire process on its head? What if, instead of struggling for weeks to find the answer, you could start with the answer on day one? This is a huge paradigm shift. It's called an analysis-first approach.
And this, right here, illustrates the difference perfectly. The old way treats the summary like an autopsy. It's a report looking back at what the team managed to piece together after the fact. The new way, the analysis-first way, treats the summary like a blueprint. It's a data-driven briefing that actually guides and focuses the entire review process from the very beginning. Okay, so how is this even possible? How do you go from an autopsy to a blueprint? Well, the magic isn't just about cool technology. It starts with actually defining what leaders really need to make a confident call. And it turns out, it's not a long story. It's structured, objective data. A truly strategic summary, the kind an executive actually needs, breaks down every single proposal into these 4 objective pillars. We're talking cost, benefits, risks, and schedule, or CBRS. This simple framework gives you a complete 360-degree view, so leaders can see all the trade-offs in a single glance. And this is where it gets really cool. Modern AI tools like BitHawk AI can take all those messy, unstructured proposals, ingest them, and in a matter of minutes, spit out a structured, factual briefing just like this one. But here's the absolute game changer. Every single point here is traceable. You can click on Significant Data Sovereignty Concerns, and the system will show you the exact sentence in the source document that proves it. It completely eliminates the subjective debates and gives you the why behind the data.
So what does this actually mean for a business? When you make this shift from a weeks-long manual slog to an automated analysis-first process, what's the real-world impact? Well, let me tell you, it is massive.
It means incredible speed. We're talking about, on average, a 60% reduction in the proposal review cycle time. That's not just a small tweak. That's a fundamental change in your business's velocity. It's the difference between grabbing a market opportunity and watching your competitor get there first.
This timeline makes it so clear. The old way is this 3-week grind of manual work and arguments before you even think about a summary. The new way, you have your AI-powered analysis and summary done on day 1. By day 2, your team is already jumping into the strategic stuff, validating the AI's findings and getting ready for negotiations.
But look, this isn't just about being faster. It's so much bigger than that. This is about completely transforming the quality of your decisions and creating a genuine strategic advantage for your entire organization.
Think about where your smartest people are spending their time. In the old model, something like 75% of their brainpower is wasted on low-value grunt work, just extracting data. With an analysis-first approach, that flips completely. Now, 75% of their time is spent on high-value strategic work, poking holes in vendor claims, planning negotiation tactics, and really understanding the risks.
So here's the bottom line. It's actually pretty simple. When you arm your leadership team with objective, traceable data right from the get-go, you're not just making things faster. You are fundamentally changing your company's culture, from one that relies on opinions and consensus to one that's driven by facts and confidence.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own company. Is your decision-making process a rearview mirror, spending weeks creating a summary that only tells you where you've been? Or is it a roadmap for the future, using analysis from day 1 to guide you confidently toward the best possible outcome? The choice is becoming clearer every single day.